the single and the home run too, but things just really got away from him in that fourth inning, and very un-Chris Sale-like. I'll make an excuse for him because I know he's not going to make it.
Right.
I do wonder, if you have ever been sick like that before, sometimes it takes a while for your strength and your stamina to come back. You just wonder if maybe tired out a little bit. Again, that's just making an excuse for him, but but I think somewhat valid just because that's rare to see Chris Sale just completely lose it like that, like lose control. He may have lost it a little bit too, slamming the baseball against his face, but you just don't see Chris Sale really fall apart like that. And maybe it happens for a batter or two, but this was just an entire inning of not being able to throw strikes, walking batters, hitting batters. Like I said, most of it was just self-inflicted. So in the long run, not worried about it. The stuff still looked, great. I think it's just one of those starts for Chris Sale. And again, maybe it's just that game after being really sick. Maybe he did just tire out a little bit and kind of lost some focus or whatever, command, whatever the case may be. Not ultimately worried about it, but definitely an odd one for Chris Sale.
Yeah, the oddest thing about that inning was, there's 3 different hits in that inning. Only one of them was harder than 80 miles an hour. Like, it was just, and I apologize for the terminology, but this is what's been in my head recently. It was just like duck fart after bleeder after just little stuff. He hits Jorge Soler, he pulls a slider. He does that sometimes. Like, it's, Chris Sale, when he has a righty in the box, sometimes that slider comes in too far and hits him. Joe Adell, 66 mile an hour. They called it a line drive. It's really hard to call it a line drive at that velocity. Candelario walks, and it's just 7-pitch at bat. Like, he gets down 3-0. He gets, a couple strikes on him and just can't put him away. Logan O'Hoppe, similar thing, right? He gets 2 strikes on him, can't quite put him away. It's 55 mile an hour ground out. Just another hit by pitch, and I think that one was a slider too that he just pulled in and caught Juan Moncada with. It's just frustrating. I've seen a little bit of criticism about bringing him back out for the 5th, and I can't necessarily. I think at that point you're down 4-1. It's hard for me to say that you needed to just yank him and not bring him back out for the 5th. I mean, if you think about it, was it? I think each of those hits, the single and the homer, were on the first pitch. So, giving up 4 runs. He was at 75 pitches. I don't think it's unrealistic to, send him back out for the 5th, provided that you feel like he had kind of calmed down and collected himself. Not calmed down, but collected himself enough to go out there and kind of be Chris Sale again. And it's just 2 first pitch hits, they yank him, and from there on, you're running the bullpen.
Yeah, I mean, he's your ace. You're going to
say that all the
if you're ever going to send
you say that
anybody
effing
out
shit
there,
all the
back out there,
time.
it's
Why
Chris Sale.
did
It's
the
not Marquise
Braves
Perez.
never
You're gonna
have
send
innings
Chris
like
Sale
that?
back out
Because
there.
they swing
He's your ace.
at effing sliders in the
He's good
dirt.
to go and he wants to keep going. Especially at that pitch count, I think you're going to send him back out there. You also just played 3 really close games against the Diamondbacks. Do you really want to start unloading your bullpen and your best bullpen bullets in the 5th inning? So again,
they sucked tonight.
With that call.
The pitching sucked. The offense sucked. The Braves sucked.
He lost it there in the 4th inning.
They shouldn't have went down like that. They should have won that easily.
1.3 on the slider and the 4-seam. Was he trying to overthrow a little bit there? Maybe he was
welcome to Be Fit. I'm Lauren Roxborough.
I won 3.4.
Maybe that led to some of the bad command and control. I don't know. Like I said, in the end, I'm not worried about it. It's Chris Sale. He's going to figure it out. But certainly, you wanted your ace to go out there and give you a dominant
start. Yeah, you wanted your ace to go out there and dominate.
Hoping he was going to be your stopper. That's what you were expecting. That's what you had to have with the way that Jose Soriano was throwing the ball. You had to have Chris Sale go out there and be dominant just to give yourself a chance to win.
Acuna's playing like shit.
Yeah.
Riley's playing like shit as far as the offense is concerned.
To the offense, because there's a lot to get through there. Joel Payamps rebounds from last night's loss. Clean inning, 1 strikeout.
Yeah, too bad he gave 1 pitch. He gave away the game to Diamondbacks in 1 pitch.
Lack of usage of Aaron Bummer. He's got like 2 or 3 games, and they've all kind of been lower leverage situations. It kind of feels like Walt Weiss is buying into the Brian Stitker thing of, hey, Aaron Bummer's a lefty in the pen that's there for low leverage and for ground ball situations. I kind of feel like Bummer needs a little bit more there. Beto takes the last two, gets a strikeout. I mean, the bullpen was practically perfect. It just at that point it was too late, and obviously this offense just was not able to do anything off of Soriano. We'll get to that in just a second. Actually, we'll do that next, right here on the Race Postcast. MLB season is back, and you can feel it. Fresh starts, big expectations, and that first crack of the bat. Whether it's a breakout rookie or a division race that goes down to the wire, there's nothing like being in the ballpark for it. The only problem? Getting tickets can feel like a grind. Long queues, surprise fees, prices jumping at checkout. That's where Game Time comes in. The Game Time app gives fans the advantage with constant innovation. It's simple to use. The Game Time guarantee means you get 100% authentic tickets delivered on time at the best price. And here's the best part. Fees are included in the price you see. What you see is what you pay.
Yeah, but you're not
Period.
6 and
Just
5
two
for
taps
long.
and it's done.
If you continue
No
losing,
stress,
idiot.
no hidden fees.
This is
just
how
great
losing
seats
streaks
in
go.
minutes.
Then
That's
you're
what
5 and
makes
5
it
the
so
next time.
easy to
And then
decide
you're
last minute.
5 and 6 the next
So
time.
take the
And then you're
guesswork
5
out
and
of
7
buying
the
MLB
other
tickets
night.
with Game
And then
Time.
it keeps
Download
on
the Game
going.
Time app,
So you're
create
under
an account,
500
use
like
code
last year.
Walked
In
On
the
for
series,
$20
10
off
fucking
your
games
first
below
purchase.
500.
Again, create an
Like the
account,
Braves did
redeem
last
code
season.
LOCKADON for
But yeah,
$20 off. Download the
you
Game
got
Time
brakes
app
on
today.
when losing.
It's tax
Chris
time,
Sale
but
was
for a
sick.
lot of
You
us,
shouldn't
the
be
old way
pitching.
of
Never heard
doing
of that.
taxes
Pitching
is
like
a lot. Trying to book an appointment that's
Fucking
not
put
very convenient.
Ronaldo
Sitting in a
Lopez
waiting
in
room with a
tonight
stack of papers,
and put
emailing
Chris
back
Sale
and
in,
forth, and wondering if they really
on,
get your
Wednesday.
situation. But this year,
Something
you're
like
getting
that.
a
Shuffle
major
around.
upgrade. Intuit
How hard is it?
TurboTax now has in-person locations nationwide. You can meet
You're
face-to-face with a real tax expert, and your documents get uploaded straight to your TurboTax app on the spot. And just like that, you're done. Your TurboTax expert works to get you every dollar you deserve while you get real-time notifications as you go about your day. It's the relief of walking in and meeting a real person and walking out knowing your taxes are being handled right. Head to turbotax.com/local to find a store near you and book your appointment. Okay, Jake, so the offense doesn't do a lot today.
That's the problem too, the
And
offense.
as much as I want to be frustrated because we've seen the offense not do a lot now against pitchers who weren't very good, right? Thinking about some of the Kansas City series and things like that. Jose Soriano was legitimately fantastic. And I think when people say, hey, you struggled to hit a guy who threw to a 5 ERA last year, that's a little bit underselling what he's been so far in 2026. 8 innings in this one. And at one point, he retires 19 straight breaks. Like, I know that the offense is not where we want it to be, but I don't know if the 2023 offense would have gotten much done against what Jose Soriano was doing tonight.
Yeah, I've always loved Jose Soriano. The stuff has always been there for him. You know, it's a 96, 98 mile per hour sinker. He's throwing the splitter in there now too, a knuckle curve. I mean, he really has great stuff. The only issue for him has always been command. And even this year in his first 2 starts where he didn't give up a run, but he walked 4 against the Astros, he walked 2 against the Cubs. Tonight he just wasn't walking anybody. The Rays didn't get a walk till the final inning there, obviously not against Soriano. And I said this in the Angels preview. If you weren't listening, shame on you. I said your best shot against Jose Soriano is make him throw a lot of pitches and try to get him out of there early because it's really hard to hit that guy. I mean, the stuff is just really, really good. You don't hit him. Your best hope is that he's going to walk a bunch of people and you're going to get him out of the game early. And Braves didn't do that. And credit to Soriano for getting it done, but also fight a little bit, like show a little bit of fight in there too. The 11 strikeouts in this game are what really just stand out. And again, you got to tip your cap to Soriano. I get that, but you're going to face good pitchers sometimes. You got to find a way to try to battle a little bit and get them out of the game. And I just felt like the bats in the middle part of this game were so lackluster and just not even really battling up there. So that was the most frustrating thing. The Braves have done a good job of putting the ball in play, not striking out as much so far this season, but just tonight just wasn't there.
Yeah, and some of the process here was still kind of frustrating. Like you saw Michael Harris ground out on a hung curveball. Like that ball was in the upper third of the strike zone.
Commercial.
And he somehow grounds out on it. Just something where it was very clear, kind of looking at some of these at-bats, that they were just so on guard against the velocity that they were not able to handle any of these secondary pitches. The curveball, the splitter. I think they had 5 whiffs on the curve. They had, I want to say 3 or 4 more on the splitter. And I think they combined the curve, the splitter, the slider. I think they put maybe 4 of those total in play.
Right?
Just when you face a guy who's touching 99.5, there's only so much you can do. Drake Baldwin figured him out though. Drake Baldwin gets the home run in the first inning. He now has 5 on the year, and for him, it was actually a 4-seam fastball above the zone. It was something where the second strike of the inning, second strike of the at bat was a 4-seamer in just about that exact same place. And then Soriano tries to go back there on the final pitch of the at bat, and Baldwin just reads it and gets it. Outside of that, to your point, these guys just went up there looking like they weren't taking charge of the at bats. They were looking like they were just trying to survive an at bat. And you don't really get any sort of offense or anything going until, obviously, Soriano leaves the game. Dubon gets his second homer of the year. You get a single from Drake Baldwin, but just too little too late at that point.
Yeah, love the at-bats in the 9th inning. Where were those at-bats throughout the game? I mean, they really fought. Austin Riley in there.
It was Chase Silseth. I was about to ask
about one of their better relievers, though. I mean, and if you're looking for a silver lining here, at least you did make them use one of their best relievers and make them throw 30 pitches. You made them get their closer into the game. But again, where were these at-bats early on? And part of that is just Soriano was rolling, and sometimes the pitcher gets rolling like that. I was listening on radio at the time, and they were talking about, like, as soon as the inning ended, Soriano was jumping to get back out there. Like, he was in that much of a groove. He just didn't want to leave the mound. So just one of those nights for him, and you're going to have that, but it's still, you're going to face good pitchers. Like, how are you going to approach that? Just to put some more stats with Soriano, 230 batting average against Jose Soriano in his career. I mean, again, it's not a guy you're going to necessarily rack up the hits again because the stuff is so good. But you got to find ways to work the counts, make him throw some pitches, and the innings were just far too easy. I mean, to go from the 2nd through the 7th inning and not have a single base runner,
that's stupid.
You gotta fight a little bit better than that to make him work and try to at least run the pitch count up and get him out of the game.
Exactly.
Yeah, just really frustrating there. I will say, you mentioned it, Riley had that 9-pitch at-bat in the 9th inning. The at-bat before, he makes decent contact, fly ball to the warning track in center field. Is this just me, and it was like 99 miles an hour or whatever, coming off of Soriano's here. Is this just me being desperate for signs of life from Austin Riley? Or is it like, could we look at those 2 at-bats and say maybe legitimately he could be starting to come out of this funk that he's been in?
Yeah, it's probably trying to be too optimistic. I mean, he and Ronald both had a couple of good contacts tonight. I know Riley thought he got that one. Ronald's, had an 890 XBA, was the highest XBA of any ball put in play by the Braves tonight. So a couple of unfortunate, loud flyouts there. Even in the 9th inning at bat for Riley, he chased a sweeper down and away out of the zone. So, even in that, you still see some of the bad with Riley. Look, I want to be optimistic. I'm trying to look for those things and to see him kind of get going. But, yeah, even in that, I still just don't feel that optimistic that Riley's close to breaking out at the moment.
Yeah, this is kind of where we are. Frustrating loss for the Braves. This is not, however, over, though. Obviously, you have 2 more games in this series. Tomorrow, same time, Grant Holmes versus Reed Detmers. Holmes, actually, if I remember right from doing my prep on this game, as of right now, Grant Holmes is the Brave starter with the highest swinging strike rate. So you face a team who, coming into today, led baseball in strikeouts. You have a guy who's gotten a lot of swinging strikes. We'll see if Grant Holmes can have a little more success than Chris Sale was able to against. I'm sorry. Tomorrow's Lopez and Kikuchi. I'm sorry. I looked at the wrong day. Lopez and Kikuchi tomorrow. Holmes and Devers on Wednesday. 9:38 tomorrow night. Ronaldo Lopez left to use Kikuchi. We'll probably see Jonah Heim in the lineup. But we will be back with a postcast after that one. For Jake Mastriani, I'm Lindsey Crosby. This has been the Braves postcast.
Bend to the right and up and over to the left. We want to work on keeping those sides long and lean. Exhale, bringing it up. Inhale, arms down, up. Exhale, inhale up. Exhale.
An assignment on a blitzing linebacker.
And then arms coming down. And just shake it out a little bit. Might get a little spinal twist here. Just feeling your breath, feeling your lungs.
They have to progress in this part of their game. If they spent the entire offseason doing that, Kirby Smart says, breaking tackles at third down, breaking tackles.
So you're ready to start your day, she'll say. To which I say, ja, und then? We ready to go to sleep? T. She's about to say it. She does this all the time. Same shit all the time. Look.
And then just take a minute here
Here it
and feel
comes.
that energy.
Are you ready?
Really going through your
ridiculous.
body. Feel how open you are. You got that glow going. So you're ready for your day or you're ready to go to sleep. Either way.
No man cave karaoke. Are you ready? Shock treatment coming up. We'll see what's going on in clown world. If you're with the people, you can handle the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. So help you God, because you're strong like that. But if you dig the sheeple, well, the sheeple, they unfriend, they unfollow, and they unsubscribe out of the blue. They'll act like they're on your same page with you. They'll be your digital friend for a while. But then, lo and behold, you go to Grok store, run an errand real quick, or just simply wake up and go check your fashion book, and oh, you lost a so-called friend. Well, who is it? And eventually you find out who it is. Eventually. You'll go to their profile and say, add friend, meaning you're not friends with them anymore, meaning they've deleted themselves from your friends list. That's not what we the people are about. We stick together. That's what we're supposed to do, especially in these last days, in these perilous times that we're in. But the sheeple, nah. No rhyme or reason. They just bail out. They unfollow and they unsubscribe. Can't stand sheeple. For the truth, the sheeple will never be facking. No forking, no fecking, no fucking ready. Sheeple are useless eaters, waste of flesh. For the truth, they are never ready. Why? Because they're rearies.